it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Tell them it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Turn up, turn up.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. My guest in front of me is known as the sexual athlete. You've probably seen him slinging wood on the Bang Bros bus, tearing shit up. It's been a long time coming. Yep. No pun intended. His D game is undefeated. No homo. I'm just letting you know what's in his bio. Ladies and gentlemen, the sex machine himself, Miami's own Peter Green is in the building.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to be here.
You approve of the introduction?
Oh, I love it.
Smooth. I feel better about that. Peter Green is in the building. We are on the Bougie Show. First of all, I want to give props to you. I want to let you know about a comment that was left on the under Kira Perez's interview last night. Yes, Kira Perez, and she stated that. The person stated under her interview, and was referring to you, which is so ironic because you're here now. This was literally last night at 10:08 p.m. I used to detail Peter Green's 350Z and 370Z. Very solid dude, always tipped genuinely, right? And I wanted to acknowledge, we always want to acknowledge when people are acknowledged for doing real things, and being a stand-up individual, because a lot of people don't get spoken about that. And matter of fact, he had left a comment saying, man, that's good, because he said you've been putting in work for years. So, man. And you're a car man. We also applaud you for pulling up in that Porsche Panamera, goddammit.
Hey, man. I like my toys. I like my toys, man. What's up?
Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. All right, man, let's start from the top. I know we talked about it a little bit prior. Can you give everybody an introduction on how you got into the adult entertainment business? I know you mentioned boxing, but can you run that by me again, please?
Yeah, no problem. Before porn, I did boxing. My dad was a boxer. My grandfather was a boxer. That was supposed to be, what I did. After about 10 years, boxing, putting in work, that discipline, that hard work, during my amateur career, I came across by a gentleman named Riley Reynolds. Okay. He's an agent, big agent, When I first met him, he wasn't as big. He was starting too, so we kind of came up together. I hit him up. It kind of started, watching porn and that post-nut guilt. You're like...
Post-nut guilt?
That post-nut guilt when you're done and you're just sitting there and you're like... And I'm still watching the video when you're done and I'm like, why am I not doing that? I mean,
you mean you were watching porn?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
I'm like, I could be doing that.
Who were you watching?
Back in the day, my go-to was like Rachel Starr.
Okay.
Which I got to shoot with.
You got to shoot with that. Did you let her know that you were whacking off to her prior to working with her?
I let her know that I got into Banger. And she was like, good, I'm glad you got a chance. She was great. She was fantastic. But
where did you shoot that at?
Here, Miami.
Okay.
Yeah. So for Bang Bros. Shout out Bang Bros.
Right.
So started off with that post-nut guilt. I'm like, dude, I could be doing this. I could be doing this. I think if I applied the same discipline that I use in boxing, the same work ethic, and I applied it to this industry, I think I could do something with it. So after some time and some thinking, I hit up Riley. He put me on. I did about 25 scenes with him. And then the companies, they were like, hey, man, you could do this for a bit. We're going to start calling you directly. Let's start doing this. So I put in the work, and 10 years later, here I am. So
you mentioned about they were getting you booked. How did they prepare you? Did you have to go through some kind of mental evaluation to be able to know that you could do it?
Man, they throw you right into the fire.
They throw you out there to the wolves, huh?
Right into the fire. Like my third scene ever, we did a scene called Dancing Bear, which is like 20 girls.
Somebody's in the back. Okay, 20 girls.
20 girls.
All right.
5 guys. Mind you, I'm 19. All these guys are in their 30s. Jazz.
Right.
I fought out 141 pounds. That was my fight weight.
Right.
So I'm coming in there super lean, super lean compared to these guys. It was a little bit intimidating, but I always got that competition in me, that competitive spirit. I'm like, I could do this. I don't care. I don't care if I'm 19. I got this. So the scene's hard because they stick all the guys in one room, and they go, when we call your name, come out hard, to these 20 girls in the other room. So you're there like, what corner do I face? You know, you're like trying to make it work. And then they call your name out, and all these girls are chanting your name, and it's like coming out to a coliseum of girls. You're like, holy shit. And you gotta kind of like perform for each girl. You know, they specifically say you can't move on from a girl until like we tell you to. So dance on her. And I come from boxing. Yeah, I don't know how to move like that.
Right.
I could feel my grandfather's spirit. Like, what you doing, man? What you doing?
So you literally got to be penetrating one woman, and then you have to do that until they say switch, basically.
Yes.
Wow.
So and then the hard part is a lot of these girls are extras. So the girls that can actually put it in their mouth have a wristband, and every other girl is just supposed to stroke it. Now the problem with that is, when you go to the girls that are the extras, they're just stroking your shit dry as hell, smiling at you, and you're kind of trying to work up a wood, and then they want you to kind of dance because you're like a it's like a stage bachelorette party type of thing. So you're there kind of trying to move around. I'm not a dancer. My wood's dying. The girl's friction burning my cock off. I'm just there like, holy shit. And if you even get a little softer, like cut, go back, do it again. So thankfully for me, I was able to like find my center, and I just made it work. But it was definitely super hard. Like even to experience male talents, that's a scene they won't do because it's tough. But at the time, I was just like, whatever it is, I'll do it. But yeah, that was one of the difficult shoes that they just threw me head first into.
Is it intimidating being in there with 20 women like that and you just walking out?
Absolutely.
If you were to handle, if that situation were to occur now with Peter Green, the veteran,
I'd have a blast.
Oh, so it's the experience.
Blast.
I want to, you just had your daughter last year, correct?
That's right.
And you family man, and you said before how what's her name? Harley sent you a picture of the vagina. Mm-hmm. Like she just sent you that. Hey, well, just don't put it on the camera because we don't want YouTube to. But you can show.
Look, she won't mind.
No, I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
That's the homie.
I'm sure
this is the type of text I get. This is why my life's hard.
Oh wow! We were supposed to have her on the show, and that might make me want to make her go back on the show. She put the filter on and then everything. Wow!
She knows what she's doing.
Do you show your girl that?
Oh yeah, my girl loves her.
Wow! Oh, so y'all know each other? It's like one big family.
Well,
affair.
they haven't met, but my girl, she likes girls too. We've had little throuple relationships with porn star girls. We've had all the fun, bro. Like I can't complain. My girl keeps it real.
You told me prior that how much she does for you, having your clothes ready, getting your Viagra and things like that. Yes. So we'll applaud her, and plus being a mother, right?
Yes.
And how you don't think you could have made it this far without her.
Absolutely. Behind every great man is a great woman.
Yes. And let me ask you this: you brought up the Viagra. Is that the only thing you're doing? Have you done the penis injections and all that too?
Well, no.
No.
The problem is that once you do stuff like that, it's hard to go back.
Oh.
And I feel like if you're doing what you have to do,
right?
If you're exercising,
correct.
If you have your test levels together, if you're just doing the right thing, getting rest, you won't need that. In the beginning when I joined, there wasn't any of that. If you couldn't get hard, that's a wrap. It does give a lot of guys a chance to still have a career. But at what price? I know, I'm not gonna name any names, but I know a performer who no longer performs because after like years of using that, it just gets to a point where your capillaries on your penis are just destroyed and it's not gonna work. So you're telling me like after a couple of years, my dick's not gonna work just so I can? No.
So the Viagra, I've took Viagra many years ago. But obviously you take it. That's a part of your lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Does it really keep you, like, what does it do the most? How is it most effective for you?
So the Viagra that I take,
right.
And if you're hearing this and you were curious, give this a try. Even if you don't need it, it's good to try. Viagras I take are called troches.
Okay.
It's prescription.
Okay.
You put it under your tongue. First of all, you keep it refrigerated. It's little squares. You put it under your tongue, it dissolves. So not only is it going through your bloodstream by under your tongue, it's not affecting all your other organs. So you don't get that headache. You don't get that head flush. 5 minutes, you just feel. Remember, these are glands. that are opening to promote libido, promote blood rush to your cock, all that. So what it does more than anything is it just gets you in the mood. You know, you're shooting 10 days in a row. By day 5, you're already like
10 days in a row.
Yeah.
You've done that.
Oh, I've done like 19 days in a row.
19 days in a row.
Yeah,
and you didn't have any scar on your penis?
No.
No kind of tender. You don't get tender. No, nothing.
No. I'm fine if I.
Do you put what do you do like to keep the skin like? Well, I ain't gonna say moist because you're sticking it in the vagina, so clearly it's gonna be moist.
I never get a problem with skin. The only times I've ever got like rug burn or anything like that is when they want to like pull the girl's panties to the side for a position, and then the actual lacing on it just like destroys your shit. That happened to me before. But yeah, these Viagra's, what they do mostly is just they get you in the mood. They're not a guarantee. It's not like a magic pill. It's because remember, yeah, you're gonna be hard for a little bit, but after an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, the AC's off, the lights are banging on you, you're hot. You know, the exercise and your body being in shape is what's gonna help you last. But the Viagra is just there to get you going. You know, it's like an insurance policy. You're gonna do good if you take it. I've done it without it, since it's mint flavored. One time I did a scene with Vivian De Silva. She actually mentioned this on a podcast.
Yeah, she'll be joining us today. Go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I already, she said the story. I guess I got confused because of the mint flavor. I was chewing on a gum, and I guess I thought I took it because of the mint, and I did the whole scene without it. And when I went through my bag, I'm like, oh, shit. I never took it. So it's not something I have to take. I take it because you never know who you're shooting with. Even if I picked a girl, maybe the girl's in a bad mood that day. Maybe she's been shooting 20 scenes in a row and she's exhausted.
Right.
She's not going to be the same person. Maybe it's happened before where the girl gets a call like, oh, you know, some bad news, and now the whole vibe's off. I need to make sure that I'm correct because that's how I pay my bills. This is how I feed my family.
Correct.
You know, my girl's a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of my baby. She does her job. I love her for that, but I take care of the bills, so I got to make sure that I bring it home, and I can't have no excuses. I can't have no excuses.
Yeah, we can applaud that. Wow, that was a lot. The boxing did that conditioning. How was that transition to being a performer?
So
made life easier.
Absolutely. I still train like if I'm training for a fight. I fast every day. I don't eat till midnight.
Wow.
So I'm on and like as soon as I get out of my scene, I take some pre-workout.
Okay.
I go to the gym. I do my strength and conditioning for about 2 hours. I box for like about 10 rounds, depending on the day. Maybe I spar, maybe I don't, and then I jog, all fasted out.
I've noticed that you go running at nighttime too.
Very important. Yeah, nighttime for sure. We can't run out daytime
Too much.
here. Yeah, it's too hot. But yeah, all that, you know, it helps you last. Because the problem is people at home watching porn are like, oh, man, they're not realizing that the AC is off the whole time.
Yeah.
The AC is off the whole time.
Yeah.
They got these giant Kino lights blasting you. It's hot in there, you know, and a lot of these girls, after position 1 and 2, that's it. Like, it's time for you to do the heavy lifting. And they want you to, you know, pick them up. They want you to do all this stuff. So being in shape is
it's the
most
key.
important. Most important.
Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show.
We out here.
Wow. Tell me something that's frustrating about being Peter Green when you're on set.
So one of the frustrating things is definitely like when it's important to book the right talent for the right shoot. Sometimes, you know, they just book because they're just trying to do updates. They need the update, but they need to, you know, picking the right talent is important. You know, so for example, like it'll be like a A Street Latina,
right.
The girl doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it would help if she did. So sometimes.
Oh, you mean if it would be called A Street Latina, but they would bring a Caucasian woman in there or something?
And be like, okay, we're gonna have a salsa dancing scene.
Oh,
girl don't know how to dance salsa.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
That was a great. That was my days of watching adult films.
Yeah,
A Street
those are
Latina,
good.
Black Street
Yeah,
Hooker, all that good shit. Yeah.
Shout out Reality King.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. So, wow. So that's frustrating. So, do they ask for your, hey, Peter, who do you want to work with and all that? Have you earned that now?
So I've definitely earned that. Some companies, you know, they book who they can. Remember, you know this more than anybody. Like, things fall off.
Yeah.
People cancel.
Yeah.
So maybe it started off perfect, and then you get to your second stringer, and then she cancels, and then by the time you shoot the scene, it's the third replacement girl, and it is what it is. We gotta get what we can. So, you know, in the life of production, you know better than anybody, like, sometimes you gotta get it.
So you've been on set where the initial the talent you're supposed to work with don't show up, and then you're sitting there waiting, and then they try to find a replacement.
Yeah.
And then the second you can't, and then it goes like that.
So since I've done it long enough, if my call time's 1, I'm gonna get there 1:30 because that gives the time for that. If anything does go wrong, they'll fix it. With cancellations, they'll know like the day before. People cancel the day before. If they cancel same day, it's canceled. They won't even try to.
Oh, wow.
That's too messy. Yeah, they'll just be like, we'll reschedule it. But yeah, it does happen where girls cancel, and then on set, for whatever reason, you know, anything can happen when you're on the way to. It's like a chain. It's a giant chain. Makeup artist has to get there first. Open the Airbnb. Girl gets there. They start working on the girl. Then the PAs get there, they start building the sets. Then the director gets there, then I'm the last one to get there. By the time I get there, the girl's hair and makeup done. She looks like a pageant model.
Right.
If she's a 6, these makeup artists make them look like 10s.
Yeah.
Shout out makeup artists.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Y'all know who you are. Y'all the real MVPs.
Yeah, without a doubt.
They do a great job. I can't even hate, you know.
This is so insightful. Wow. When you're having sex off camera, does the mentality of being a performer shut off?
The mentality of being a performer.
Like, you're not thinking, when you're off the clock, you're just getting your rocks off and you're keeping it moving. You're not thinking being a performer, right?
For sure. Like, for example, like on porn, if you're fucking a girl doggy, you can't fuck her straight on. You gotta fuck her a little sideways.
So they can document.
So they can see,
Right.
they can see the penetration.
Right.
When I'm shooting content for my OnlyFans, or I'm having sex just for my own pleasure, which is very rare.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
As much as I love that, it's very rare. My pop shots, you know, when I'm coming, it's for money, because I work every day. So like, my thing is, I have to come once a day on set, and then save the next nut for the next day. If you come again, for me at least, I'm speaking
For yourself, solely.
Yeah.
Got you.
So if I come on set and then at night I bang my girl, the next day I'll wake up a little less into it, a little desensitized, and definitely less volume on your pop shot. So I have to be disciplined about that. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because sometimes I want to, but I can't. You know, sometimes my girl wants to, but she understands like how important it is for me to not do that, because the pop shot's important. If you're not popping a lot, there was a time where I didn't have my levels correct, and like I would do great, and then at the end, very very little pop shot, and that's bad, because it's a lot of people will bitch and complain if the guy only comes a little bit. Like, comment sections will light you up. So I had to find my groove. I had to take the right vitamins. I had to do what I needed to do to have a bigger volume of that.
I'm laughing because it just shows you how much people are in tune to detail like that. The average person, you just want to see your favorite performer do their thing. You're not thinking about, well, the amount of cum that comes out it was less significant than what we're usually accustomed to seeing. I didn't think that those things like that really matter. You know, Hey Grimy, he gave you your props when we interviewed him. He said
really?
he loved you, were his favorite person to record at the time when he would do the recording. And he said, because he said you fucked. He said you fuck. He likes that. And I that
sounds like Twitter, him. Yeah, that sounds like him. Shout out Grimy. Yeah, boy.
You know, you're known for putting in that work, right? And especially on the Bang Bros bus, right? And I saw that it's one of the first performers I ever interviewed. Her name was Megan Marks. This was in Beverly Hills, California, 2019. And I saw the bus when I was preparing for her interview. I don't know if it was at this time, but I just saw the clip with you. And you put that work in on her. Do you remember her?
I remember.
Okay.
Little young girl, right?
Well, yeah, she ain't young now, but she's like stationed in Phoenix, Arizona, somewhere like that. And is that your mentality coming in to like be like the sexual athlete, like you saying?
Something you get with me is I don't watch my scenes.
Oh, you don't?
I'll watch a trailer, but I've never watched my scenes to see what I can better in. What you get is what you get. That's me, natural. I'm excited to be at work. I'm excited to fuck this girl. I'm fucking her like if I haven't fucked pussy ever in my life. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I get my rest. I train well. So when you have me on set, you know you're gonna get a good scene. As a producer, you're putting a lot of work into getting this together. You know, when you book me, you're gonna get your money's worth. You know, it's gonna be a good scene. You know, the company's gonna be like, hey, you did a good job. You know what I mean? A lot of that has to do with the talent you book. You know, being a producer is tough. You know what it's like. You gotta get the talent, get the location, get the By the time the scene happens, you're like, I hope this works.
It better work.
So with me, you know it's gonna hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I do it. I do it because I know all the work that goes into it, and I I have fun. I really like my.
You still
job.
have fun.
I love my job. So I'm happy, and that shows in the video. You know, that shows.
Are you directing now? Have you started doing that?
You know, I've done directing and for my OnlyFans all the time. But to be honest with you, nothing feels better than just turning your mind off and focusing on what's in front of you. When you're directing or shooting my own content, I'm like, the light's wrong. Move the light. This, that. So like, you're not really enjoying the pussy. You know, when you're just shooting for a company, you know what your objective is. You're just there to eat. You know what I mean? I'm gonna eat.
You gonna eat?
I'm gonna eat.
Have you had a talent tap out on you?
Oh yeah, many times. So,
Like not being able to finish the scene, or just tap out like, hey, you going too hard?
So there's a scene called Into the VIP. This specific one was me and J-Mac and like 50 girls.
Wow. No exaggeration.
No exaggeration.
Wow.
So a lot of the girls that do that, since they have to get a lot of girls, some of them are new, some of them are experienced. Right. So the new girls, you know, they come in and they're like, oh, I you know, porn dick is different. You know, we're trained for this. We're putting in the hours. We're thinking how I could become better. So this scene is like a marathon. It starts. We're coming in a limo. You know, Reality Kings does a great job at renting the location, all that. When we get in there, we're all dancing, and little by little, it turns from like a big dance to like people start, oh, big orgy, and that shit lasts forever. It's like 2 hours nonstop, just going at it. And a lot of these girls, after a while, you see them walking off, and it's gotten to the point where I'm just standing there, dick hard, like, where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? So yeah, we've had girls tap out, especially on the harder scenes. Like I do, I'm the guy that they use for the abuse me. Listen, I don't like slapping, choking, spitting on girls. I'm a lover. Right. I like chest to chest. I like to kiss. I like to. I'm romantic with it, but I'm good at being aggressive. So they use me to this for these scenes, and those are tough. Those are tough, and girls tap out a lot.
They do.
They take a second. They're like, oh, I need a second right now because it's tough.
But and I was talking with Jonathan Jordan about this, and he was saying, you know, sometimes he says you got to put yourself in the male performer's shoes, where sometimes that double tap, we so it's in the rule and we in camera, we putting that work in, you got to say stop. Yeah. If it's uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Do you encourage or do you inform your partner that you're about to perform with, hey, if it's uncomfortable, please say stop, because sometimes you might be double tap me and I'm in my groove and I'm not.
100%.
Okay.
We take it very serious. You know, the last thing we're trying to do is force a girl to do anything or make her feel uncomfortable.
Right.
We, as soon as, you know, she's done with her hair and makeup, we sit down, we explain to the girl, hey, look, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. This is what we need from you. Are you okay with that? What is your safe word? Safe word's very important. So, you know, because in the videos, we don't want the girl to say no on, like, while we're shooting. No is bad because it looks like there's non-consensual. We don't want stop. So we come up with a safe word. Like if she needs to say something for us to stop, that's the word, and we stop. So that's very important. Very important.
What's the usual safe word?
It's different. Sometimes it's going to be like pineapple or some weird stuff like that. Yeah.
I can't applaud that. Oh man, I have so many questions for you. When did the moment occur for you that you realized that the lifestyle you were living is a real thing?
You know, when you first start and you don't have an agent, you're kind of like, damn, they're going to call me back next week. So when you start to get stuff, like when you start to finance a car, when you start to live on your own, that's a big moment. You're like, okay, can I do this? We'll see. And it wasn't until I stopped being like, I hope they call me. I was like, you know what? If if this is gonna be something that's sustainable, we'll find out. Let me get what I gotta get to live, a car, a house, this and that. And if I could do it, it'll show. I won't struggle. And after a couple years, I'm like, I've never been late on a payment. You know, your first couple early years, you're like, you start to assure yourself, like, okay, we're chilling, we're living off this, and that's a good feeling.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show.
Shout out Bougie Show.
Yeah, most definitely. If you could clean up a dark area in porn, what section of the game would that be? And I know you talked about the politics, about being acknowledged, particularly being in Florida and Cal, you know, whatever. But I'm talking about like the dark areas, because I've been getting a lot of comments lately, like they want to hear more about the dark areas.
It's a very touchy subject.
Right. But if one in general that you feel comfortable enough talking.
One in general that I feel comfortable enough talking is definitely these new content creators, right?
Okay.
Because OnlyFans has opened the floodgates to anyone to be a porn star.
Okay.
Girls, guys as well.
Okay.
We be making mistakes.
Okay.
Check who you're shooting with. Make sure that that person's verified by other porn stars. Make sure that person's credible, because I've heard a lot of stories.
A lot of creeps. And you've been seeing a lot of the female performers calling these guys out. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is this. To the guys that are fucking it up for everyone else, stop.
Yeah. Get the hell out. Right.
Because maybe not me, because girls know I'm okay.
Right.
But to guys that are not creeps, but they're new, and they're
Right.
not credible, you're ruining it for them. And I've seen a lot of girls say, I'm not shooting collabs anymore with any guys, only girls. You know, that's what happens. And then what happens is you're affecting the talent pool. And guys who are correct, guys who are doing the right thing are also being affected. So that's a dark area. That needs to be...
They need to have like a pre-screening, or like you got to apply to get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, bouncing off of that, what do you feel about guys now? I've been seeing where men are wearing the mask and they're not identifying themselves male performers because they don't want their cover to be gone. How do you feel about that?
No face, no case.
But it's like a slap in the face to you, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, hold on, you wanna live like this, but you ain't. It's like you want to be a gangster, but you want to play by the rules.
I mean,
you know
look,
what I mean?
I get it. Not everyone has accepting parents like I do.
Right.
Not everyone has a wife that irons your clothes and gets their wardrobe ready so they can do good and bang a girl good. Some guys don't have that. Some guys wanna do porn, but also have their little shorty on the side. And
Right.
not every girl is gonna be accepting of that. You know what I mean? You never know what someone has going on. So that doesn't bother me. Like, I understand. Maybe you gotta hide your face. You know, maybe that's your situation.
I thought it was just because they didn't want to get known for being an adult performer. I thought it was just that. I didn't even think that far.
In my eyes, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think it's an honor. I've never listen. I was with Harley King about 2 weeks ago, and we were coming through here to go to Benihana's after our scene. I was treating her because she did such a good job.
Right.
Got pulled over. I have 2% tints, darker than limo tints on my Panamera.
Right.
The moment he saw my face, he was like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" Bro, I can't tell you. I can't tell you how many times it's helped me.
So you get recognized a lot.
Oh my God!
I mean, you're known, bro. You're known.
Every single day. Every single day.
Do you have to be careful how you move? Because I was in the gym 2 weeks ago and I had a dude confront me and and I'm like,
that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah. Look,
let me tell you, I'm still wearing the mask because I don't want a 20-year-old boy to be like, oh, you're the one interviewing all the porn stars, and not everybody in LA Fitness knows my business. So I'm trying to hold on to it as long as I can.
Yeah.
But
look, you gotta understand. And I'm preaching to myself too.
Yeah.
We're role models to a lot of people. Whether you're a porn star or you're in the industry or you're like yourself,
right?
We're different. You know, people are used to like judgmental families, judgmental society. We show people it's okay to be different.
It's why
Enjoy
it's important.
life.
Yeah, it's why important for you. It's important for you guys to do interviews because they get to see the human side of you, and they get to see that actually adult performers are actually smarter than most of these musicians out here.
I've met a lot of well-rounded people. I've met a lot of well-rounded people in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people who have careers, people who, you know, don't need to be doing this, but they do it because they're tired of that other side where it's like you gotta be like this and you gotta be like this. Like, come on, man. Like, we got one life. Have fun.
Are you out in public with your girl? Like, how do you live? Are you going to private gyms? What are you doing?
Oh no, I go to like many gyms. I got many.
So you
I got
paid
a lot
extra
of
dollars just to
I got
be-
a lot of memberships. It depends where I'm at. It depends how I'm feeling. I don't hide from no one. I go everywhere. I put myself in every situation. You know, in the beginning, like when people really started to come up to me and say hi, I was like, this is crazy. Now it's every day. I'm driving and people are acting crazy next to me in cars.
When you have your daughter and you're doing family day,
so people are respectful.
They respect it. Okay,
They-
gotcha.
They feel it. You know, you feel the vibe. You know, you know. Still, I have people come out to me and I'm with my baby. My baby's still little. She doesn't know what's going on. The day she's bigger, you know,
how are you gonna give that conversation
I'll
to
have
her?
to be like, you know, your dad's famous.
I'm glad I got you here. I got you here because I've interviewed both sides, women and the men, and I've had a male talent, and he didn't have any kids. His name was King Nazir. This was in Chicago, right?
Nice.
And he said he wouldn't have a problem with his daughter doing adult films. So I said, when you have a child, come back and talk to me because I have a daughter, and I know now I have to ask you. You have a daughter, and I know your daughter's still fairly young. And this is just a keep it real moment.
Right.
Would you approve? Go about it? The floor is yours.
Look, man, something I learned in life is
Okay.
you can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do.
Correct.
And people are going to do what they want to do. And if you want to have a good relationship with your kids, it's good to be real with them. And it's good to just tell them, you know, you can do anything you want in this world. The world is yours. Just make sure you do it right. Make sure you're protected. Make sure you're not endangering yourself. And when you look at it this way, porn is actually saving a lot of people's lives. And I'll tell you, I'm one of them. If I was to not be in porn, that means I'm wearing condoms. That means I'm banging untested people. That means that I'm rolling the dice every time I want to pleasure myself or be in a relationship, like a sexual relationship. So, you know, you're in an industry where everyone's tested, everyone's aware of what's out there every 14 days.
Yeah, you get tested. But would you?
So
He said, would you wouldn't wish that for your daughter? You would want her to do other things.
I mean, it's whatever she wants to do. Like, if she wants to grow up and be a hitman, she tells me, Dad, I got a body. I'm going to help her bury it.
Okay. Well, no, I get that because it's
parent.
your child.
That's
No,
your
I get
child.
that.
You're their parent.
I applaud that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's human nature where a guy says, oh, I want my daughter to be an adult
Look, I'm going to be real with you. Do I want my daughter to ever have a boyfriend? No.
Okay.
I want her to be a nun.
All right. Okay.
Is that realistic?
Right. No, it's not.
It's not.
But that's what you wish. But you don't. Okay. All right. So I get what you're saying. But because you have a daughter, I respect your opinion more because you know how it feels to have a daughter. It's one thing if you don't have it.
This is a better answer. If my daughter wanted to be in the adult industry, what would be my advice? I would tell her, make your own site.
Own your own
shoot
content.
for you.
Don't get played. Play
Don't
the
get
game.
played.
Right. Okay. I respect that.
You know what I mean? Do it the right way.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. The rest is on you.
Yeah.
Now, Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. I really wanted to touch on that because I know that you're living like that. And I want to go back to the whole fame thing real quick because you know it's a double standard. Like I think J-Mac was on South Beach. This clip might have went viral like 2 years ago, a year ago. And he's with some girl and all these young dudes, they see him and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He just smiling like you can tell like he didn't know how to embrace it a little bit.
Yeah.
For the women, it's different. And I wonder, do you think that it will always be a double standard? Do you think that women will get embraced?
I think it's not always
Double standard?
I think it's not always negative for women. I think a lot of people, like for example, one of the times before I was in porn, I was renting some jet skis, and some guy was like, "You know that girl is coming over here to rent a jet ski?" I know. She's like, "He's a porn star." So some people are positive about it. Who's hating on girls doing porn? Ugly, whack, unhappy people.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're happy and you got harmony and you're a compassionate person, you're not hating on nobody. You're busy working on yourself to be worried about anybody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, bro. Like I said, they're choosing to profit off of their looks because they're beautiful instead of just doing some other stuff. It's their life. Let them do whatever they want.
What do you see for Peter? Well, before we get to that, what I want to ask you, why did you lose your Twitter page? When we first were talking, why did you lose it? Because I'm like, Twitter is where they allow everything to happen.
So, you know, the few times that I let trolls get to me, right? You know, a few times. This is one of those times where I had this guy on the DMs like, bro, you can't box. And I was like,
male ego, go ahead.
I was like, here's my gym's address. Pull up.
For a sparring session.
Bring a mouth guard. Bring
Right.
16-ounce gloves, and I'm gonna show you if I can box or not.
Right.
They flagged me. I guess they
Considered
flagged it
a
as a threat.
Wow.
Which it wasn't.
Yeah, because you were just.
This is
what
sport.
we
This is
do.
what
Right,
you do.
Right.
But we don't get a chance, you know. And in that time, you know, Twitter was a different place.
Right.
So,
So
yeah,
that's all it was.
That's all it was.
Wow.
So, and the first strike I got to, like I never.
First strike.
You know, but we don't get second chances.
So how did they know that you're what were you showing, like you working out?
Yeah, I
It was a
post
clip?
me working out all the time, or, you know,
So the troll, somebody wanted it and you bit the bullet. You bit it. Yeah, the male ego.
It got me. Yeah.
What talent out there is on your hit list that you want to be like, oh, if I get a piece of that?
Well, you know, one of the ones that I joined to shoot with, she retired from mainstream, Alexis, Texas. That's one.
Yeah,
that
she's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
I never
nice.
got to
You
shoot
never
with
got?
her. But ones that I still can shoot with, you know, I'm a butt guy.
You like booty?
I'm Cuban. I like
Yeah.
a
I feel you
big
like a
round.
little size.
Oof.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of girls out there. You know, Bella Anderson. She's doing her thing. I don't
You
know.
worked with Bella Danger, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How was because her
She's
butt's
dope,
natural,
man.
right?
She's dope. Yeah. She picks who she shoots with. So if you
I
shoot
figured
with her,
that. She's
you
still
know-
shooting active?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's,
How was that?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
Super tight.
Everything's
Super
firm
tight.
on her.
Super
When you say
tight.
super tight, meaning the body?
Her vagina.
Oh, the vagina.
Yeah. She's super tight.
Is that because she selects who she wants to work with?
I guess so, man. Maybe it's just natural, you know. But she's a doll. Yeah. She smells good. She's
Everything.
Everything's on point. You know. She deserves all the praise.
Who else?
Who else? What?
On your hit list
On my hit list.
that you said that's still out there that you could work with, because obviously Alexis is gone.
Man, I've worked with so many. Right off the bat, it would probably have to be. There's what's her name? Let's see real quick.
Have you worked with Blake Blossom?
Yeah,
You have?
many times. She's great too.
Yeah.
That's us. That's us. Oh God, nah, that's not out yet. Hold on. Yeah, there's a couple girls.
None off the top. Let me who else?
Shoot some.
I'm trying to think with a nice little booty with a nice little weight on them that I've had in front of me. But all right, that's all good.
You know,
come back to you.
Some big booty girls.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
big booty girls I haven't shot with, I want to shoot with you.
It's Serena Santos. I know when you and I
She's
first
great.
spoke. Is she still in the industry?
She's great, yeah. And she's
Oh, I thought
another
she
girl
was
that's
out.
unusually tight down there. I'm like, ooh.
Do you come across more tight vagina or loose vagina?
You know, surprisingly, a lot of girls in porn are really tight. And I don't know why. You know, people think it's, you know, if you're shooting
opposite.
a lot, no, but it's not. Like, I shot with Lisa Ann. You know,
wow.
She was super tight as well. All these big girls, Sarah J, super tight. They're great.
Sarah J.
Yeah, they know how to take care of their
Yeah,
vagina. That's what it is. Like, they were getting paid so much money. They really take care of it like it's good.
When's the last time you had sex with a condom?
Long time ago.
God damn.
But I only fuck in the industry.
Do you remember how to put on a condom?
Maybe I put it on wrong before. You know how you gotta like put it the right way. Yeah. But yeah, I only fuck in the industry.
So
like,
you don't have any. You barely have. I've heard this a lot. About male performers barely having sex off camera.
Yeah, because I'm afraid of being gluttonous. You know, it's when you're gluttonous that things happen. And I'll give you an example. One of the first times I realized that, you know, you got to keep it real out here. I was renting one of the rooms out in my house. Some girl comes talking about, I want to rent a room. She comes, she's like, oh, this is a big place. What do you do? She was a civilian. I'm like, look.
Civilian, go ahead.
I'm like, look, I'm an adult performer. This is how I, you know, pay for my bills.
Right.
She's like, oh, I have no problem with that. She's like, so you got a big dick? And I was like, yeah. Literal porn script. It was like a porn script. She was like,
But real life.
But real life. She's like, oh. All right. One thing led to another. We fucked. With a condom. It broke. Boy caught the clap out here.
Wait. Oh.
It is time to stop the
Yep.
fuckery.
And that was when I was like 1-2 years in.
Wow.
So nothing's worse than
What was it? Chlamydia?
yeah.
That's
Nothing.
more common.
Nothing's worse than getting paid to fuck
And being safe.
and then fucking some girl for free.
Oh.
And catching some
Oh,
shit,
and when you like-
and then canceling all your scenes, and then being like, having an epiphany, like, what am I doing? I get paid to fuck.
Why am I?
I didn't need to do any of that.
Because you could fuck your money up. Because you
I
can't
just
work
fucked my
now.
money
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
So, you know, for me, it's like I don't hit the same rock twice. So ever since then, I've been like, for me, everybody has chlamydia if they don't get tested. It's a bad way to think, but it's like
that's how you living.
You know,
That's how
that's
you
you
living.
gotta take care of your bag. You know, you gotta be safe.
That's how you live. And Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show.
Keep it real.
Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with that because that's what they want to see. Do you advise new male performers on how to move in the industry?
Absolutely,
do you-
guys,
what do you tell
girls,
them?
everybody. You know, I tell them,
Male and female.
I tell them everything. I tell them your agent works for you.
Okay. Great.
If your agent ain't being a good agent, get a new agent. If you don't like where your career is headed, change it. If you don't like doing these type of scenes, don't do them because the money's not worth it. You know, remember, we got a soul, and you got to protect your soul. And if you're doing a lot of scenes that you don't want to do, that you don't feel good about, it's gonna affect your soul. So do the things you're proud of. Only shoot what you want. Shoot with the people you want. You're in control. This is your life. If you're exposing yourself to the whole world, at least do what you want to do because that's what you're going to be proud of. And let's be proud of what we do. That's it.
What do you say to your daughter when she's a teenager and she said, "Daddy, I know who you are," even though she probably won't watch your film or anything like
Her
that? What do you
boyfriends will
say?
probably tell her
What do you say when her boyfriend brings it to her attention? Your daddy used to. What do you say?
I'll be like, yep, that's how I paid for your little remote control Porsche when you were little.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
That's how you were able to suck on mommy's tits for 2 years, and she was lactating because she was stress free.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the trenches putting in the
putting
work,
in that work.
so you guys could wake up at 4 p.m. and Uber Eats is at the door, you know, I do what I gotta do so they can live a good life.
Right. No, that's.
Daddy had to do some things.
Oh,
but
man.
it was legal, you know. I wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, I wasn't doing anything to get in trouble with the law,
right.
where they could have taken me away from you.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do.
Correct.
To help us out.
What's on your note checklist?
I don't do anal.
Okay. Wow.
That's an interesting topic.
Why don't you do anal? Because
I did a lot of that, and
you used to do anal.
I used
And
to
then you stopped.
because I used to say yes to everything.
Okay.
When you're a new guy, you want to prove yourself.
Okay.
But the problem with anal in porn is not only will it ruin it for you, you'll think you'll just have a bad impression because. So first thing is the girl's starving when you get to sex.
Yeah, because they
she
can't eat. Right.
So you're already dealing with a girl who's hungry.
Right.
Anyone who's hungry is not themselves.
Valid point. Okay.
Guy or girl. So you're dealing with someone who's already on a little bit of an edge. It always happens where the girl will make a little mess eventually, whether it be in the first position or in the last position, and that shit was affecting my soul.
I believe you. I believe you.
You know,
I believe you. Dred said that. He said, "Oh, it's gonna happen. Accidents are gonna." He said that. Wow.
And why would I do that when on the same day I could shoot a normal scene?
Right.
where that's
And not have to be
happen.
exposed to that.
So it's one of those.
What
things.
about licking the butthole?
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so
love that.
but accidents don't happen from that too. Oh, because you going up in there.
You go in
That's
there.
what causes.
And maybe the girl did prep good.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna happen where like hour 3, something's gonna come out, and then the stop and go go clean, and then you're waiting around.
And you got to keep an erection on top of
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Wow, that's the reality. That's the dark areas of porn.
That's the dark area. Yeah, bro. Like that.
What do you think that now you can do that because you have the credentials? You think if you would have said I'm not doing anal your first year in or second year in, you would have made it?
I think they would have been like, "Oh, this guy's a bitch." You know, look at him. He's so, like he can't. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, you are trying to earn your stripes.
What else is on your no checklist?
Boy, girls. Like I don't.
Oh, you don't do another? Wait, boy.
Right. Like,
so 2 men and 1 girl.
Right.
Oh, you don't do that.
I've done it. Like.
Yeah.
You know,
prefer to be the only man up in
yeah,
there?
because I like to kiss the girl.
Yeah, you want
once she sucks his dick, that's done.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, because she's not gonna suck the next performer, then come kiss you right back in your mouth.
And they will. Because they
don't. That's 100. We can applaud.
We're gonna keep it 100 out here. So that's one of the things because of that, and another reason because like I ain't trying. You know what I mean? Like if I can shoot just me and a girl, why would I choose that same day to do it with another guy there too? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We gotta be a little selfish too, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, without a doubt. You want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I want the
I want it for
attention.
myself.
What's up?
Yeah, no. Is there any talents on your no checklist that you
There
won't
is.
work with?
There's a couple.
You don't have to say their
No.
name. Why?
So look, it's okay to cancel.
Uh-huh.
We all go through shit in life.
Right.
But the reason why you're canceling, if you don't show up, if I know you were partying, you didn't show up to the scene, you're unreliable.
Professional.
I don't want to shoot with you again because you're affecting me.
Correct.
And don't get me wrong, I like days off and I shoot a lot. So when a cancellation happens, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna wake up, go to the gym, chill. So I like my days off, but like if I know you're a flaky person, I won't shoot with you because it's not gonna work.
Do you how often do you shoot a week?
6 times a week, 5, 6.
So you only getting like 1 day off?
If I tell them I'm not, I have to tell them no. You know, because
so you getting all the money. You and J-Mac.
I work every day. You know, they need reliable guys.
Yeah, it's
gonna
hard.
show up.
Glad you brought that up. What do you all right, I got 2 questions for you. For the homies that, man, I want to get in. What do you tell them?
I tell them, no problem. Okay, test yourself first. All right, put your camera down and bang your girl. See how you do, because it changes. It's so crazy how your body reacts to being recorded. Like it's insane how different your dick works when you know you're recording yourself. So you want to give it a shot. Record yourself first. Now picture a bunch of people there. Now picture the AC off. Now you know what I mean. And then even if you still have doubts, do it, and do it a couple times. And this is a problem with me and the guys that inject their dicks. They're basing injecting their dicks off of a couple scenes that they kind of struggled on. It's okay to struggle, guys. I don't struggle anymore, but when I started, I did. There was days that I was like, oh, I need a second. It's okay. Stop being pressured into having to inject your dick. Take the Viagra instead. Struggle a little bit. Find what works for you. For example, if I'm shooting with multiple girls and it's just not doing it, I'm going soft. Find what makes you horny. If you have to stare at that girl's foot, if you have to tell this girl to get in your face and kiss her while you're banging this girl, do it. Take control.
The imagination. It has to remain, right?
Find what you like. You know, and a lot of that takes time. Don't just rely on the easy button.
Is that what you do when you're not extremely attractive?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I find beauty in the girl. I find something I like. There's always something you can like in someone.
Now, what about the ones that say, I want you to hook me up with Harley King, or they're
The guys?
Yeah, your homies that, do you tell them you're not ready for
I
that?
tell him, you ain't got that money.
Oh,
you ain't got money like that.
Oh, so it's a money thing.
Yeah,
it's not even you can't handle that. It's
Yeah, man. These girls, you know, they're used to the good life. They're, you know, like
yeah.
if you're a civilian, they gonna get you.
They gonna get you.
You gonna leave the mall with like 5 bags.
So the soul, you know what's so funny? Freya said that because she does dominatrix. She was saying how these well-off men take her shopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Wow. Big Bank take Little Bank. Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. So that's your main thing about people that make your no checklist, though, is just not being professional.
That, or if well, yeah, not being professional kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
You know, that means not showing up or just having a bad attitude on set, or, you know, not being a sexual person. Like if you're a person that is here too much for the money, but not because you enjoy it, it shows. Maybe not on camera, but to the person you're shooting with.
Is it a lot of competition? Even though you guys, I hear a lot of performers say there is competition, but you guys don't necessarily acknowledge it. Is there a lot of competition as a male performer?
It's there's a line from here to Cuba of guys who want my job.
Want your job.
So as good as I think I am, you're only as good as your last scene. So you gotta work, you gotta train, you gotta stay in shape. A sexual athlete, that type of name. Now I gotta rep it.
Now you gotta.
I can't ever get a little tummy on me. I gotta stay ripped to the bone. You know, I gotta rep.
Wow, that's real. That's so real. Yep. That's so real. If you could spend a day, if Peter Green could spend a day in somebody else's shoes, who would that be and why?
I would probably pick anybody at all.
Anybody on the walk of life, even if they're not here no more.
Shit, man, maybe.
If you could spend one day, or could spend one day, or could have, who would it be?
Maybe like Mike Tyson in his prime.
Mike Tyson. So you pick a boxer.
Yeah,
You would like to spend one day
like.
as Mike Tyson before
In his prime.
going to prison, or after Mike Tyson after prison?
Man.
In his prime. So that would be before prison.
Yeah.
Wow.
See what that's like to just be young and have the whole
With
world.
$300 million to your
And
name?
the whole world like own a tiger.
Baddest man
'cause
on
fuck
the
it.
yeah. Sleeping with women,
Right.
sniffing coke, all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You do that too?
Fuck it. We outside. Yeah. That guy was a beast. He was dope.
Oh man! All right. What is some of your remaining goals to accomplish?
So something I would love to do is open up like a location where it's just like a model house. So like have girls. This is what I'm gonna do. This is
Okay,
where I'm at
gotcha.
right now. I already have all the cars I want. I'm not buying any more cars.
Okay.
I promised everybody I'd stop buying cars. So next is gonna be I'm gonna buy a property, which is gonna be like I want to have it like on a ranch type of location
Gotcha.
where it's a lot of land, modern house, where I can have girls that I want to shoot content with stay there, right? While they're shooting content with me that week.
Right.
Any content creators, you can even do your Bougie show there.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I just have it like a content house, you know?
Because you said model house, and I know what a model house is. It's
gonna be a model house,
but
that's
you won't be an
content
agent
house.
though.
No,
You're not gonna be
I've
an
been an agent. Like
Yeah.
I got Kira Perez in.
Yeah.
I got Violet
Violet,
Gems
yeah,
in.
yep, interviewed
you
both
know,
of them, yep.
And it's hard. Shout out to these agents. You're like
It's a babysitter,
You're like
manager.
a dad to a lot of little girls out there, bro. It's tough, man. It's not easy. Imagine dealing with everyone else's problems and yours.
You've been around a long. How long did it take for you to finally start getting compensated the way you felt like you should have been
It
compensated?
took a long time. Man. Yeah, that's another reason why having an agent is good, because they take advantage of you. You know, they know you don't know. They know you don't know.
Wow.
They know you don't know.
So
what
how do
a
you
rate
know?
Is. You know because you ask around, and you start realizing, oh, you get paid that. Maybe I'm undercharging.
Right.
And then like also because you hear the stories. Like,
Right.
That guy struggled. I don't struggle.
Right.
I'm gonna say pay that guy and he
Yeah.
struggled. Oh no, I want that now
Is
too.
that the biggest thing? Struggling. That's what makes you get top notch dollars when you don't struggle.
When you don't struggle, and when you show up and you're invisible. What do I mean by that? You go, do your job, you
And you
leave,
out.
and they forget about you. When you go, you do your job, and you leave, and they're still talking about you in a negative way. You're not gonna last. You want to just be able to get in and get out, and you did a great job, and there's no loose ends. You did it. You know what I'm saying? You just want because think about it this way: when you're a producer, or these people that are on set, right? Some of them shoot 2 scenes a day. They want to make sure they're gonna have a smooth day. It's already a hard day on paper. All the stuff they have to get done. If you can just go, do your job, not linger around and be an annoyance, do your job and leave. All the people they want to bring back.
We're gonna do name drop, something new that we implemented to the show. I'll state 3 names, 2 from the adult industry and 1 is a well-known figure in society, mainstream society. You have the option. I want you to say, when I say their name, give me your first thought. And then if you choose not to answer, you say pass. All
This is
right?
fun. Go ahead,
Okay,
go
all
ahead.
right. Number 1, Gabby Ortega.
Fire. I love her. She's great.
Yeah?
She.
What-
I'll tell you a little cute story about
Okay.
her. Like when she first joined the industry.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're so used to being naked and
Yeah.
just not caring. And one of the first things I realized about her, like, first time I met her, right? So they stuck us all in this little room because they were finishing another scene.
Right.
And I tell her this too, like, they gave her wardrobe and like she went to the bathroom to change.
Right.
And I thought that was the cutest thing ever. I was like, oh, she's shy.
Yeah.
So she's great.
She probably
man.
don't do that shit no more, right?
Nah, she's
getting right naked, changing right
about
there.
it. But
Yeah.
she's great, man. She smells amazing. This
Yeah.
girl always smells good. Her skin is so soft.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. Like the accent she talks in when she's talking in English, I'm like, damn, take me back to Colombia. Take me back.
Yeah, she was. She's a nice one. She's a nice one. That's good to hear.
great.
And obviously J Mac.
It's my dog.
Yeah.
Keeps it
What's your
real.
first thought about him?
Humble.
Humble.
Yeah. For as big as he is.
Yeah. He's still low key with it.
He'll have a conversation with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, he keeps it real.
Yeah. We applaud that. We
That's my
applaud
dog.
that.
We're from the same hood too.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
you know,
That makes sense.
we cut from the same cloth.
Last, Tyler Hero from the Miami Heat.
Man, talk about inspiring to be a white guy in a black man's sport.
You see his girl?
No.
Oh, you don't know his girl?
Let me see.
You don't know Tyler Hero, girl?
Yeah, he does good, man. He knows what he's doing. He's a great basketball
He got her
player.
pregnant twice already.
Oh.
matter of fact.
Is that good?
Oh, you don't know her?
Oh, wow.
You don't know?
She looks Latin. She's
Yes,
thick.
but straight
He
Miami.
got good taste.
No, he just put the baby. He just put a second baby on.
He
her.
knows what he's doing. That shit must be magic then. One baby I get, but two, damn, that shit must be fire.
Yeah. He caught her in her prime too. Now you got me scrolling, keep looking.
Scrolling.
All right, so Tyler Hero. Okay, all right.
Yeah, inspiring.
So if the Heat had to trade him for Damian Lillard, would you pull the trigger on that and say, yeah, go ahead and do it? From the Trailblazers?
Man, you know, these agents, they know what they're doing. They know what the
okay.
team needs. Yeah,
Okay.
it could be about money. Maybe it's about the team. But,
Okay.
I mean, I'm no one to say what they can and can't do. I'm not a basketball player. I'm a boxer.
Okay. I like to your first initial thought of him.
Yeah,
That's cool. All right, we're gonna start moment of truth. Moment of truth is when I state things. If what I state is true, you say true. If it's false, you can elaborate and say why it's false. And if you choose not to answer, you can say pass. Okay. All right. Favorite place to skeet on a female is her breasts.
False.
Face.
Inside.
Oh,
Let's go.
creep.
We ain't pulling out.
Okay. All right. Been a long time since you've had blue balls.
Yeah, that's true. We always finish. You know what?
Yeah.
There's been scenes before that like cancel, and this is why I like some girls. Some girls, a scene will cancel for whatever reason, and they're like, shout out Anaisa Moore. All right, she knows who she is. One of the scenes got canceled. This girl is super sexy. She is so sexy. She's she's new.
Right.
She got in this year and she's already taken off. So we did a scene that got canceled for whatever reason. She's like, she told the director, so I'm not gonna get dick. And I'm like, I mean, we could still fuck if you want to.
Right.
She's like, yeah, let's go. We went to the bathroom. Bah, 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 bah.
Quickie.
So yeah.
Did you cream pie?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was on her ass, but you know that's amazing. You know.
You kind of answered this one. You don't get joy anymore out of watching yourself putting work on camera. You said you only watch the trailers.
Well, it's not that I don't get joy.
Okay.
It's that I don't study myself. I want to keep it raw. You know, what you get is what you get.
But then how do you know if you don't critique yourself, how do you know where to improve?
Well, I think that improvement's going to come from a combination of things. Watching yourself is not going to make you better. Putting in the work is going to make you better. Doing what you know you got to do. You don't got to watch yourself to know what you didn't do good. You know. You
Critics.
remember.
Yeah.
You remember. You were there
you know if you
when
put
your
it down
wood
and I
was
got
soft and you were looking around like, you know what you got to do.
That's hard, man. I got to give you props, man, to be able to do that, man. I guess, like you said, it's
some days are harder than others.
Even to this day?
I still have to take those abuse me scenes.
Takes a lot out of you.
Look, just the other day, because these scenes start like this. I'm getting ready, and the girl's like, "Babe, come here." I'm like, "What's up? I gotta go to work." And they're like, "Look at this video." I'm like, "Holy shit, that's rough." They're like, "I want that." So we get the consent,
Right.
And then I come back from work already in character, and I just go at it. And what's hard about that is not only do you got to go from 0 to 100, but so for example, one of them was we had the girl tied to a pool table. And I have to get on top of the pool table. That's all tough. It's hard on the body to like do that and carry the scene. By the time my dick comes out, I'm already sweating. So it's hard. It's the harder scenes. So those are hard.
Before we go to the next thing, I want to bring up, she was a black girl. She had a nice rack on her. You had a rough scene with her, but that shit was amazing. But Rob Piper told me she was a lesbian. Do you know who I'm talking about? Was it Brittany
White?
Brittany White.
I'll never forget
Whatever
those
happened to her?
titties.
Them titties was them breasts were nice.
Out of hand, but
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
enjoyed that because that was a rough
did.
scene.
I did. I don't remember. I
You
mean,
don't know what
now
happened
that
to
I
her?
don't remember. I don't know what she's doing now. It's really hard to keep up with all
I
of
thought
them.
if she would have stayed, she probably would have.
I hope she is at least making content. 'Cause
Yeah,
those
I don't know.
titties are
I don't know.
amazing.
Yeah,
They're like
they were.
when
And you could tell you
titties come
enjoyed
out.
it. Yeah.
Wider than the body. Whoa.
Sky Blue, same thing.
Whoa.
All right. you check out female talents you're going to perform with social medias and films before meeting with them for the first time. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's true.
You have to,
Yeah.
because you're gonna do something with that person that's gonna be on the internet forever. And when you know what you bring to the table, you just want to make sure you're gonna have a good day. You know I'm gonna give a girl good dick. I know I'm gonna give her an easy check. So I just want to make sure that I get the same treatment. And maybe she doesn't even have to be good. She could be brand new and be super shy, or not as experienced as another girl who has a lot of scenes. I like the new girls. That's not the problem. But if I see you're a problematic person and it's gonna endanger my look or my credibility, I won't do it. You know what I mean? Like, some girls are toxic. Some guys are toxic too.
Right.
People are toxic sometimes. I stay away from those people.
Last one, you've been intimidated by another performer before shooting with them.
Absolutely. Man, I tell you, first time I shot with Rose Monroe, when I saw that
request
ass,
for her interview. I can't reach her.
I'm good friends with her.
They're they're disappointed. Like, I can't get her.
I'll try to say what's up to her.
Yeah,
she's a little more of a reclusive. Like,
she's conservative.
She's homebody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, literally, like, like it's nonstop for her.
Yeah, she's.
But
beautiful.
Rose Monroe. Okay.
Yeah,
all right, that's great.
When I first shot with her, I was like, when I met her, I was like, yo, this lady's beautiful.
Right.
And then she got up, and I was like, that ass, and giant asses, that's my thing. But it's hard. You gotta get in there, and you gotta open up for camera. So it is gonna be a harder scene. For example, one of the scenes of Different Team Skeet, we fucked on a bouncy little yoga ball thing, and she's lubed up. She's a big woman, slippery as hell, who you don't want to drop on her head or anything. So that's an intimidation factor. That's a lot of woman to handle all oiled up like that.
Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. The camera is yours. Can you let the people know something rare about you, and what can they expect from you in the near future?
So, regardless who you see on camera, I'm actually very approachable. I'm a nice guy. If you see me out there, say what's up. Don't be shy. I keep it real. Just don't be weird, and we Gucci.
Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. It was a pleasure, bro.
Thank you.
I know we had to restart it and record it, but I'm glad
That's
we did
good.
because it really laid everything down.
Maybe the footage is usable. You put some more in it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Peter Green joining us on the Bougie Show. It finally happened, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the interview. Thank you again. Great interview. I appreciate the detail and insight. Peter Green, and we are checking out. It's the Bougie Show, y'all. Wow. Good. Great.
How's it going?